Okay, let's talk about the big one, the Secret Invasion.
Okay, who's our roster?
I have Captain America Sam.
Yep.
Falcon Joaquin Torres.
We have Falcon on the team. Okay.
He could go. Shang-Chi, White Wolf, Bucky.
Okay.
Who is?
Do you want to call him White Wolf?
He needs to be consistent. He's been White Wolf for like a line in Infinity War.
Yeah.
He's been obviously Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. People say you can't call him Bucky, only Steve can call him Bucky. And just have him have one single. He's either going to be Bucky.
Yeah, I think it's important that he's not Winter Soldier anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that can be part of our Captain America movie.
Yeah, for sure. I can cut Spider-Man. Do you want Spider-Man in there? Where do we leave him? In the third Spider-Man movie that we rewrote. I said he moved back to New York and Kingpin was going to enact at least running on the anti-vigilante task force.
But with the Skrull invasion happening, I think it's kind of more important than what he's dealing with.
So he goes off to fight the Skrulls. Yeah. Kingpin's still doing his own thing, and then he comes back in Spider-Man 4 and he's dealing with being outed.
Yeah, and I think,
Okay.
So we throw Spider-Man on the team as well.
Sure. I have Captain Marvel with Kamala only making a cameo.
Okay.
Because again, if you're going to have confidence in Captain Marvel, have confidence in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Don't shun her to a team-up movie after two other characters got set up with their own shows before you give her a sequel.
Yeah.
The other five...
How many men... Are we having like a 10-member team here?
Yeah. We can cut it down.
Okay.
I'm just telling you who I wrote. Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Ant-Man, and I had Thor ? Because we really don't know what happened to Thor.
Okay, we're not... Okay, I would say probably no Moon Knight.
Okay, because what did we do with Moon Knight? I forget.
I think we're just... We delayed him.
Oh, we delayed it. Yep. Okay, no Moon Knight.
I think Doctor Strange being the...
if we're gonna have
Sorcerer Supreme.
If we're gonna have Wong be a Skrull, we need some sort of connection to the Sorcerers.
We do need, yeah. So I guess we can have him. Do you have REWROTE on the team?
I don't, but I did say he's a Skrull, so I don't know why I didn't do that.
Oh, we didn't even set that up at all for REWROTE being a Skrull. I don't know where we would have set that up. But...
We could cut Falcon because I wrote leave Young Avengers for its own movie, and he would.
You think he'd be a Young Avenger?
I guess he's like 30 or
he's
something.
He's older, but maybe. Or we could have the post-credit scene for the first Captain America movie, a meeting between Rhodey and Sharon Carter, and reveal them both as Skrulls.
Sure. What are we going to do with Thor?
We're going to say he's off-world.
Okay, Thor's off-world.
That would be my...
Which we did say that or they said it in Far From Home.
Yeah.
Thor's off-world, or maybe Captain Marvel's off-world. I forget.
And I think maybe in Phase 5, we could do like an Asgardians of the Galaxy movie before we do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But
interesting.
Those are just my thoughts. But
sure. I think Hulk stays because then he can set up She-Hulk with his connection to his cousin. Ant-Man, give or take, I don't know. Depends on where we assume Quantumania is going to go, if we do Quantumania as Quantumania.
Yeah. Well, if Ant-Man's in it, I feel like Wasp has to come with him.
You just nix him for this Avengers team? Or is he going to get pissy that he wasn't included?
Where's he at
After Endgame? They just living life, and Cassie is building a time travel, not time travel, a microversal machine in their basement for funsies.
Oh.
That's basically where they pick up in Quantumania. He's also writing a book, so he could be an influencer or something. I don't know. Okay.
It is a stuffed movie already. We have a long lineup of Avengers, and I don't want to ignore him per se.
Yeah. He could be like the celebrity cameo in Disney shows where he kind of shows up in the third act and everyone's like, Scott, hey! And he just helps out. He doesn't need to be a part of it. It's not a part of the Avengers. He's just there in the movie.
With the repertoire that Sam Wilson and Scott Lang have, it would be kind of funny if he didn't call him in.
Yeah.
And then later in Phase 5, even in Quantumania or whatever we're going to call that movie, he's got a whole think about not being asked to be part of the new Avengers. So
Yeah.
I think we just ignore him for now.
Okay.
That's
I
my
was
thought.
thinking-
Do you agree? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
I was thinking about Bucky being in. If we're gonna end up with him still running for office,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a bridge between the Sokovia Accords, or he goes off of being a hero for the sake of his public image, and then he wouldn't be a part of the Avengers.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of pros and cons to each of these characters, and I'm thinking like if Sam and Joaquin are both winged heroes, that might be a lot.
Yeah.
I did feel like it was a lot in the movie, even if they teamed up well. It just they both do the same thing, and Cap has a shield. Don't know.
So maybe we cut Falcon from the team for now.
I think so. I still think that he could be a part of the Young
Yeah.
Avengers. Maybe
And he could be
you just cast a younger actor
Yeah, he can be part of this movie
because
too, in
because
some role,
the first
but-
Captain America movie where he's introduced is his first appearance. Just
Okay.
cast a younger actor, then and then he can be a part of the Young Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we have the lineup being Captain America, Sam, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man. I forgot.
Yep.
Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Hulk. Did we say
War Machine.
War Machine? I don't know why I'm changing.
Well,
mine.
he wouldn't exactly
we-
be a member. He can be a member because then there could be a
There has to be somebody on the
scroll
team.
reveal who is
Yeah.
who is a scroll. So
Did we say what did we decide about Bucky? Did I say that we were gonna pull him off just for the sake of his public image? Does that make sense for the story, or should he stay? Maybe at the end, he's like, you know what? I've always been wanting to run for senator.
yeah, we
I'm
can
gonna,
do that
I'm
there.
gonna not be on the team anymore. So for
let's
the
see, we
movie,
have
he
1,
is.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members.
Yeah.
And we call
Which Captain Marvel isn't. She has the line that's like, "There's a lot more worlds that need help." So maybe she's always been an honorary member
yeah.
because the Avengers are world based, or Earth based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then at least for story, I mean, we both agree that Secret Invasion is the team up movie instead of what it was. I'm thinking about. I'm comparing the two. What we got,
Yeah.
what we want. Does it even? I wrote. Does it even need to be said that it flubbed so hard? That's not what the Secret Invasion storyline is at all.
No.
It shouldn't. It should have been a movie. It should have been a team up. Whatever. The whole point of it is that some people are Skrulls. What happened to the real ones, and why are the Skrulls turning on Fury, and so on. I think that your idea of that being a sect of Skrulls that turned is good, because then Captain Marvel is still like, we help these guys. We help them find a home and such. But then she comes to the knowledge that they're rebels. So. And then who's the Skrull? Rhodey and Hill, and then you had said
Hill's
Carter.
gonna be a scroll.
I don't know why I wrote that. I think that was that in the show?
She dies in the first episode.
Oh, that's right. She gets shot. I don't know why.
Wow.
Maybe I meant Carter. But then I have a follow up that I think can be interesting, and we do got to wrap this up because I think we're getting close. Did you have
a big surprise reveal that you were gonna give me?
Well, what do you think should happen in the story, besides what I've listed? Should anyone die?
I haven't thought about the story of this one too much.
Okay.
I've just kind of viewed this as a way to establish the Avengers, but
Oh, that's right, because we was looking at like an Age of Ultron impact,
yeah,
Avengers 1 team up,
yeah,
not bloated with too many people. That's why we were trying to cut some people. My setup, which again doesn't say anything to the story, but I think at the end, or at least the way you leave it and then is picked up maybe in She-Hulk, is that people are scared of who's truly human and who's not. And that leads into some way to introduce mutants. Don't know how, but that leads into this fear of mutants in this world, because mutants are human with mutations. Skrulls are not human, but they look human, so people don't. That line gets blurred for civilians, and that's, I think, that all leads together.
okay.
With the end of Secret Invasion and getting X-Men into the MCU soon.
What would be the big
Skybeam.
No.
We need a Skybeam.
No, I don't need Skybeam.
Sorry.
What-
What do we need?
I mean, there's a couple of questions. What would the Skrulls' motivations be?
World domination. Sorry,
okay.
I can't just be asking or answering with the basic.
I mean, that makes
answers.
sense enough, I guess.
Okay, the sect that broke off are ones who think that the entire Earth should be theirs.
So what would that make?
World domination.
Yeah.
The Skrulls that are still good don't believe that, and they're just taking a back seat because they know that if they're outed as Skrulls, they'll just be grouped into the rebels. But I think the rebels think that Earth should be theirs, and the roles swapped where the humans should find their own Earth as well. Which I think that could also be like humans are the weaker galactic citizen, where there's not a lot of places where you can survive.
Wait,
Then again, all of the humans ended up on the Jupiter's moon with the Endgame fight, and they were fine. So maybe that's not quite as pivotal to be like, oh, there's nowhere you can go, like we have it here.
Should we have Hawkeye on the team?
He was left out of Infinity War.
He was back in Endgame. But
I don't know. Having him be in another... Oh, no. Sorry. We put him earlier, didn't we?
yeah.
I think what I had thought was that Hawkeye stops being Hawkeye. He's just Clint. Being a family man like he's always wanted. And Kate is saved for the Young Avengers movie in Phase 5. So he's still passing on the role.
Yeah.
And he's getting his wish of being a family man. And Hawkeye still exists through Kate.
Okay.
Is that fair? I know he only gets 2 Avengers movies then. I guess Endgame counts too, but I don't know.
And we're saving Kate Bishop for Young Avengers?
Yep. Yeah, like Shang-Chi would be a normal Avenger and not a... Like, he's new, but he's not a young Avenger. And yeah, this is a different lineup than what the Young Avengers would be when we probably will rewrite Phase 5 to include that team up. And then the ultimate team up, whether it's Doomsday or Kang Dynasty, we'll have all of them come together.